I made my first million pesos at 20 years old, and alam mo ba na mas mahirap kumita ng first 100k mo compared to your first 1 million pesos? Kasi sa first 100k mo, dun mo matututunan yung mga systems, practices, at kung ano bang kailangan mong gawin para makapag-ipon. And scaling that up to 1 million pesos is pretty much doing the same thing. Now, I'm gonna show you guys how to hit your first 100,000 pesos para eventually ma-hit nyo na din yung other financial milestones nyo sa buhay. I-drawing natin yan. Welcome to the Whiteboard, and we are back, and today tuturuan ko kayo kung paano ba ma-hit yung first 100,000 pesos nyo. Now, alam nyo ba ang average salary ng isang Filipino is 21,500 pesos. Now, imagine this if wala kang bills at all, tapos lahat yan pwede mo i-save, it will still take you, what, 5 months to hit 100,000 pesos. So, hindi maliit na bagay ang 100k Kaya kung meron kang 100k tapos pinapanood mo lang to para ma-feel proud ka sa sarili mo, congratulations sa'yo. Pero imagine if ganyan yung sweldo mo, tapos breadwinner ka pa, tapos ang dami mong binabayaran ng bills, Meralco, transportation, tubig, shelter, rent, di ba? Ubus agad yan. Realistically, it's borderline impossible to save enough if ganyan lang yung sweldo mo. Now, regardless if ganito yung sweldo mo or not, what I'd suggest you to do is first, number 1, track your spending. Do you know why? Kasi if lahat yan kinakain ng bills mo, to be honest, wala na tayong magagawa. Pero if yung sweldo mo pala kinakain lang ng Shopee, kinakain lang ng Lazada, ang dami natin pwede gawin para makaipon ng 100,000 pesos. That is why I'm telling you to track your spending. Para alam mo what's possible and what's not possible with your current salary or your current income. Now, sa kinakain kasi ng bills yung buong sahod ko, here's what you need to do. Easier said than done, pero kailangan mo pataasin yung sahod mo. May it be through upskilling, job hopping, pero kasi if you become comfortable with a salary, yan yung sasakal sa'yo. Now, okay, it's not possible all the time, especially if limited yung skill set mo. And even then, if ganyan yung sahod mo, I don't recommend you trying to save up for your first 100,000 pesos. Why? Kasi once you hit your first 100k, yung pace mo of growing your wealth remains the same if ganyan talaga. So what I suggest you to do is not save at all, but to invest on upscaling para mapataas mo yung cash flow mo. May it be enrolling in courses, enrolling back in school, trying out different businesses or side hustles, whatever you can do para pataasin yan. And if nandun ka naman sa other side ng spectrum na hindi naman kinakain ng bills tapos magastos ka lang talaga, ayusin mo yung buhay mo. Huwag ka palaging kumakain sa labas, matuto ka magluto, bawasan mo yung laman ng Shopee cart mo. Now, personally, ito yung naging eye-opener sa akin kasi hindi naman talaga ako magastos sa transportation, nag-MRT pa din ako, hindi ako magastos sa food, hindi ako bumibili ng kape sa labas kasi namamahalan ako. Pero bumibili ako ng napakamahal na mga gadget, mga 15k, 20k kapag nasa-stress na ako. So yun yung kumakain ng aking savings. So ngayon natuto ako i-controlin yun kasi na-realize ko kung gaano pala kalala at na-offset lang din yung pag-iipon ko kung ginagastos ko lang din sa mga malalaking bagay. Now let's break down ano ba itsura ng 100k kapag hinimay natin. Now for example, gusto mo ma-hit yung 100k within 12 months, which is 1 year. Ang kailangan mo ipunin per month is 8,333 pesos. Now malaki pa din yun, especially if ranging around 20k yung sahod mo. Pero once you divide it, let's say 2 years mo, okay, 2 years, let's give ourselves a bit more time, 4,166 na lang yan. Now, how does that actually look like? It either means nakukuha ka from your income or meron kang side hustle which earns this. It either means not eating out every single week. It might mean na imbes na mag-grab ka, mag-jeep ka na lang. Pero sa presyo kasi ng grab ngayon, parang 4 na grab ride lang yan. No? Diba? So may 100k ka na by 2 years. Pero yun nga, pagod ka lang din. So stay realistic, everybody. Now, ganito kasi ang culture ng Pilipino kaya hirap tayo mag-ipon. Income minus expenses equals savings. By expenses, what I mean here is yung mga wants natin, not yung needs. Kasi realistically, kailangan talaga natin gawin yung needs. So, yan yung expenses. Pero ang proper way kasi of actually trying to save is income minus savings, tapos yun lang yung pwede natin gastusin. So for example, 30k yung sweldo mo, tapos gusto mo makahit ng 100k within a year, act as if yung sweldo mo is minus 8,333 pesos yan. So around 21k na lang yung sweldo mo. Ayan, imagine mo na lang na 21k yung sweldo mo, livable pa din yan, depende sa costing ng mga bills mo, para hindi ka gastos ng gastos, tapos in the end magtataka bakit wala kang maipon. Now this is very important kasi it helps you avoid lifestyle inflation. Now, I wrote over here, automation is greater than willpower. Sam, what does that mean? Kapag yung 30k, dumiretso sa bangko mo, lahat yan magagastos mo sa ayaw o sa gusto mo. Make it harder for yourself to spend money. So that means probably opening another bank account, tapos yan lang yung savings account mo, tapos ito yung payroll account mo, and then every time na may papasok na cash dyan sa payroll account mo, i-transfer mo na agad, i-automate mo, maggawa ka ng scheduled deposit papunta sa savings mo, 8,000 pesos lang naman, di ba? Para kung maubos man to, ito hindi na magagalaw. And meron tayo dito percentage that I recommend. Merong 50% needs, so yan lahat ng bills mo, transportation, basic food. Nandito 30% wants para hindi ka ma-burn out tapos maging tao ka pa din, and 20% savings. Now, pwede mo ipag-switch tong dalawa, wala namang masama kung pinagpalit mo tong dalawa. Just make sure na hindi ka malulungkot. Now, when it comes to savings account, ang dami mo pwedeng buksan na banks dyan, pero meron tayong mga ideal banks na pwede mo paglagyan para hindi din sayang yung pera ng mga interest rate. Kasi if mag-invest ka sa mga traditional banks, again, nothing wrong with these traditional banks, pero kasi yung interest rate niyan is 0.06%. Around that range yung interest rates niyan. Ang baba niyan, wala kang kikitain dyan. So, what I suggest you to do is to utilize yung mga interest rates ng mga digital bank, for example, Maribank, GoTime, Banco, di ba? Now, personally, I use either Maribank or GoTime. I have account in both. Pero in this video, let's focus on Maribank, not sponsored. Meron kasi silang annual interest calculator. And currently, around 3.75 yung pwede mo kitain per year kapag doon ka naglagay na savings. Now, imagine kung meron ka ng 100,000 pesos tas linagay mo lang sa Maribank, in 1 year, meron ka libreng 2,600 pesos. It's free money. Kung ako sa inyo, I won't say no to free money. And if you guys want to open a Maribank account, meron akong referral link sa description ng video na to, and meron kang free 150 pesos kapag nag-deposit ka doon ng 1,000 pesos. Again, I won't say no to free money. Pero here are other principles that I would like you guys to practice. Number 1 is the 1-week rule, meaning if may gusto kang bilhin, mag-antay ka ng 1 linggo bago mo talaga bilhin. Dahil sa impulsive buying, hindi maganda yan. And to be honest, hindi din naman ako immune dito. Bumili ako ng Apple Watch, hindi ko alam bakit. Natipungan ko lang bumili, tapos ngayon hindi ko alam kung para saan ba talaga siya. Number 2 is bawasan mo yung coffee mo. It's not bad to buy coffee outside, pero i-quantify mo lang talaga. Sobrang mahal ng kape sa labas compared to kung bumili ka na lang ng coffee maker, ROI agad yan after like 6 months kung everyday ka bumibili ng kape. Now, if kating-kati ka talaga mag-shopping, here is one thing that I recommend, yung 99 plus cart na technique. Meaning mag-add to cart ka lang ng mag-add to cart para lang matanggal yung kate ng online shopping, pero wala ka talagang bibilin. Pero sobrang effective nito. Sa akin, ginagawa ko din to. Add to cart ako ng add to cart, tas 99 plus na yung add to cart ko. Pero wala talaga akong binibili. Pero at least nasa-satisfy yung need ko or yung want ko or yung desire ko to do online shopping. Now, that's pretty much it. Again, guys, 100,000 pesos is a huge milestone when it comes to your finances. Pero hindi yan imposible. Kayang-kaya mo yan. I believe in you. And for you guys naman na nakahit na ng 100k, comment down below kung ilang taon kayo nung nahit nyo yon, and subscribe para hindi ka mamatay na brokey.